Okay, we're live. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Hope everybody has had a good Friday, and hopefully we're going to have a good weekend at Manchester United. So let's get into the news, let's get into the views, and let's have a look at the Nottingham Forest match coming up. So up first, guys, let's get talking about the guys in the thumbnail. I have said today Manchester United are a mess, and truthfully, honestly, guys, I don't think that's too much of a stretch. I really don't. 7 injuries, 7 players out injured after 2 matches. Obviously, some were during pre-season. It's not looking good for Eric Ten Hag's team. The absence of Luke Shaw and Tyrell Malacia, it gives us a big what are we going to do at left back? That's the question. Now, most likely it's gonna be it's gonna be Diogo Dalot. I think that's probably what's going to happen. But there's a lot of talk about United bringing in a short-term fix at left back, someone on loan, someone in on a cheap deal, and the player being linked, it's Ryan Bertrand. Does this scream Manchester United? Does this scream a top club? Absolutely not. Man City have let go of Laporte and brought in Gavardiol. Manchester United, we can't get rid of Maguire. We've brought in Johnny Evans. We're going to bring in someone like a Ryan Bertrand. Is this what Manchester United need? No, it's not. Like, this is so far below the level that we need to be at as a football club, and genuinely, United are an absolute mess right now, and I am positive that behind the scenes, that football club is in pieces. That football club are running left, right, and centre, trying to do deals. This is the exact situation we wanted to avoid, and this is absolutely urgent. Yes, we need a left back. But we need a midfielder. We need a striker. That's what we need, guys. Rajat wants to see Ryan Sessegnon. Jarl is down there as well. Shocking to F United. Glazers do not want Amrabat and wants Bertrand, who's not played a game in forever. I do believe Bertrand hasn't played a match in over 600 days. That is the level of Manchester United at this moment in time, guys. Honestly, it's really not looking good for this football club right now, and I'm concerned. I'm positive you guys feel the same, but get those thoughts in down below. Gaz says the Glazers are a disgrace. Absolutely, man. The entire football club is a disgrace. We finished 3rd last season. We managed to win a trophy, and arguably we've taken backward steps. Arguably we are in a worse position than what we were last season, and that's not what we want to be, guys, at all. Ashid says good evening. It's good evening to you as well, man. I think when we look at this realistically, Manchester United, we've brought in Onana, we've brought in Højlund, we've brought in Mount. Højlund's out, Mount is out. We've only got a goalkeeper now. The goalkeeper is going to go in January to the African Cup of Nations. So we're signing Altay Bayinder. Is that going to be the answer? Absolutely not, man. So Fresh is down there. Is it true they're looking at Lukaku loan? I did see something about that. I'm not 100% sure on it, man. I really hope not. But Rizat says everyone is yes men. Mr. Phil says I'm sure Alvaro Fernandez is miles better than 34-year-old Bertrand. Absolutely, man. If we play Alvaro Fernandez, I have no complaints. I don't think we will. I think it's going to be Dalot. Do I think that's a disaster? Not really, but is that the situation we want to be in as a football club? Playing a right back at left back, only having one other right back in Wan-Bissaka? That's not what Manchester United are about. And we've all got ideas as to what's going on with this football club, be it in terms of the actual squad depth, the lack of transfers, bad fitness. I think it comes down to burnout. I think looking at last season, we played over 60 matches with a paper thin squad. They thought they could get away with it again. Rajat says, who's Bertrand? Is he ex-Southampton? Yeah, Bertrand played for Southampton, Chelsea, Leicester most recently. Stephanie's down there, and big up to you guys as well. You're now calling yourself the Philosophers. I love that one. Absolutely love that one. Smash the like on the butt. Smash the like as well, guys. Would be so appreciated as well. And on the poll as well, want to know your guys' thoughts. How are you guys feeling about tomorrow's match against Nottingham Forest? Win? A loss, a draw, let me know down below. And I will put this out as well, guys. So I'm going to try record some short videos after this because I'm going on holidays tomorrow. So let me know anything you guys want to see covered in a short video. Have a couple plans, but always open for some suggestions from you guys as well. So let me know your thoughts on that one down below. Personally, I think United win tomorrow. I think it's nothing to do with our quality, nothing to do with the fitness, or nothing to do with us being Manchester United, and simply that Forest are not that great of a team. Might regret that. I might land in New York City tomorrow and find that United have lost that match. I wouldn't be surprised. Daniel's down there. Ten Hag thinks midfield is okay. It's not what I see with my eyes. I agree with that. I would personally say this: Ten Hag doesn't come out in the media and doesn't come out in the press and basically he doesn't bury people. He doesn't go after them. He doesn't complain. He doesn't go after players on performances. I think that clearly happens behind closed doors. I think that clearly happens away from the cameras and prying eyes, because I think it's completely different in what we see in front of the camera and what goes on behind. You know, he's in the past he said he's happy with Maguire, he's happy with De Gea, he's happy with Ronaldo, and they've all been dropped or they've all been let go of Manchester United. So I'm not too concerned about what he says in public. What he says behind closed doors and within the confines of the dressing room, that's far more important to me as well. Gift says, I don't know what's happening to us, man. It's really not good. There's no direction at this football club. There's really not. From top to bottom, the owners are so not involved. The board are a bunch of yes men who are just happy to sit and take a paycheck and make money for the Glazer family. Erik ten Hag clearly is trying to do what he can. He hasn't been backed in the sense that, yeah, look, we've spent money, but in terms of the players being pushed out, there's more to backing a manager than just giving them money. You have to let them shape the club. You have to let them shape policy. You have to give them the ability to let go of who they want to let go of. You have to say to them, yeah, we're going to give you a support system. We're going to give you top class scouts. We're going to give you ambitious board members who want to win things at this club. So I think in that areas of backing, it's completely non-existent. Yeah, they've given money, but money doesn't buy success. We know this over the last 10, 15 years. It does not buy success. If it did, Manchester United would have won a lot of trophies if just spending money got us what we wanted. Mr. Phil says, don't think the Glazers want to spend more money. I don't think so. Robert says, 1 week is gone without signs. Very, very little. Rajat as well, missing Højlund, big blow. Mr. Phil says, well, we should have signed Amrabat already. Absolutely. And Daniel says, think we will win tomorrow. Gunners and Seagulls, I worry about. Yeah, absolutely. Arsenal, Brighton, that could be 2 losses. No doubt about it. And I really don't back us in those matches on current form. Who else have we got in the comments? Rajat says, let them leave their imprint on the club. Gift says, Amrabat, we are struggling. Robert says, United are going backwards and other clubs are going forward. And Rashid says, current owners have to go right now. I agree with everybody. I think, yeah, United have took a backward step and the clubs around us have took 2 or 3 steps forward. We're looking Newcastle, we're looking City, we're looking probably even Brighton. Liverpool, it's debatable what happens between the end of their transfer window and not, but they're in a better position than us because they're the better squad in the first place. We're burnt out, we don't have the replacement. We have 1 defensive midfielder, guys. Only 1, and that's Casemiro, and he's 31 years old. He will be burnt out if he isn't already. And he's struggling. He is struggling. He doesn't look like the player he was last year either. So from a United point of view, guys, it is messy, absolutely. Rajat says we're going backwards and sideways. Stephanie says, land in the big apple with a big egg on your face. Let's hope not. We desperately need 3 points versus Forest to set us up going with Arsenal the week after. Absolutely. And that will be my birthday, so I'm praying for a better result as well. 28 votes on the poll as well, guys. Big ups. We got 64% saying yes, we're going to win, 14 going for the draw, and 21%. I think this shows fan sentiment at the moment saying we're going to lose. So Fresh says apparently they can only make signings if they can sell players. Not sure how that's possible. It can't be either, man. 31 is still young for a DM. I mean, look, 31 might be, but not in the role we're asking him to play. It kind of is reminding me of Nemanja Matic in that sense that, yeah, he had 2 or 3 really good seasons when he came, but the lack of support and having to do it by himself, it burnt him out, and he struggled afterwards. Jeremy says the only way we beat Brighton is a sketchy Bruno penalty. Never mind Arsenal. Yeah, man, Arsenal at the Emirates. It's not going to be a fun one. It's really, really not. Any more thoughts, guys? Make sure to get them in down below. Let me know as well. What do you guys want to see a quick video made on? Because I'm going to do some shorts after we go live tonight. I have 3 already recorded, but if there's anything you guys want, like top young players coming through, players to improve, players with a point to prove, what Ten Hag has to change, what the club have to change, let me know your thoughts down below. Big T's in there. If we lose to Forest, are you ready to deal with that? I mean, look, man, I've seen United struggle. I've seen us lose countless matches over the last 10 years. It's not the end of the world, I guess. in the sense that like I'm not gonna be sitting having my holiday ruined by it. But yeah, it could be disappointing, man. It really, really would be. It would genuinely be up there with some of the more disappointing results we've had in the last 10 years. And man, there's a lot of them as well. Rajat says not with Shorty McShotbag and McTominay. Look, there's every possibility McTominay plays tomorrow as well, guys, and that's something we have to be ready for. Um I'm really, really feeling that there's not a lot of web for Manchester United forward. Ben Foster will end up being a target soon, and he's just retired again. I mean, look, at this point, do we buy Bayinder, put him in goals, and put Onana in midfield? Is that what we got to do? Because like that's the way we're going as a team. That's the way we're going as a club. And look, I heard someone on another channel say yes, signing Onana was a mistake. That 40 million could have been spent on another midfielder, but I completely disagree as well. We shouldn't be sacrificing key players and transformative signings just to manage to afford players at all. We should be buying all round us. We should be going out making signings between now, the end of the window, in what, 6 days. This has to be one of the biggest and busiest 6-day periods in this football club's history for this to be a massive success, for this to be any kind of success in this window. It really, really does. But yeah, guys, 35 votes on the poll as well. 63% saying, yeah, United's going to win. Lucky's down there, McShotbag out. Jeremy says, agree, Onana is backup DM. I mean, man, I would not be surprised at this point. I really, really wouldn't be. If we're being honest with ourselves. Rajat says motto is buy who we need. Yeah, look, that's what we got to do. Robert says really disappointed in Glazers not supporting Ten Hag's transfer targets. Yeah, look, we can be disappointed, but it's not a surprise. It's really not that they haven't backed a manager properly ever. I mean, even Sir Alex Ferguson. Look, we won trophies with the Glazers here under Fergie, with a team that was built before they came. The only big signings we really made during that period were Robin van Persie and Dimitar Berbatov. When we sold Ronaldo and Tevez and replaced them with Gabriel Obertan and Michael Owen, that should have been a sign of how things were going under this ownership. It really should have. Rajat says Onana more backup goalkeeper. Avram and Joel Glazer out. Absolutely, Rajat, man. Get the pair of them out. That's what this team needs. Lucky says Old Trafford staff will be with us on a walkout. We need higher pay and fresh and a new regime. Yeah, look, we do. There's not going to be a walkout at the weekend. It's going to be a sit-in, so that's something else altogether we haven't seen yet. Stephanie says signing Mount was the biggest mistake. Can't believe Ten Hag wanted him. Polygraph test required to find out the truth. I don't think it's a bad signing. I like Mount as a player, and I think long term he's going to be really good for this team. But I think Mount as a single midfielder, it was never going to be enough. Drop a like in the video as well, guys. Chase says winning against Forest doesn't change anything. No, it doesn't, man. It really doesn't. That's the problem as well. Look, it's not like one of those runs that we can say, yeah, like last season, the Liverpool win turned everything around. I don't think bidding Forest does that. I don't think bidding Arsenal does that, because I think the issues are deeper rooted in this team and in this club, and until they're resolved, we seriously have to be asking what's going to be happening here. Jordy is down there. What's up, mate? All the best for the Forest match. Big ups. Thank you, Jordy. You're definitely having a better transfer window and better season than us already, man. So big ups to you guys as well. Thanks for hopping on in the stream. Big T says Owen was a legend for that goal in the City Derby. Yeah, look, I mean, it's an iconic moment. I'm never going to call Michael Owen a Manchester United legend. Never going to happen. Rajat says Mount doesn't sit deep line midfield. No, he doesn't. I think what we're doing, man, is playing a type of football that we just can't do with the squad we have. I think Mount and Bruno would work absolutely together in the same way that maybe De Bruyne and Bernardo Silva midfield could work, but they've got the team around it to make it happen. We don't. And that's a big issue. Jordy says, I've lots of doubt for United lineup by seeing the result against Spurs. Yeah, man, it's not looking good. Lucky's down there with a big respect as well to the Newcastle guys. Charles says, today I've totally lost faith in United. I feel we've written off the season. I will be shocked if we finish top 5, finishing around 7th or 8th at the moment. Maybe. Look, we all thought last year it wouldn't be enough to get top 4, and we managed to do it. How we did it with a team with Wout Weghorst up front, Sabitzer in midfield, McTominay and Fred, Maguire playing a lot of matches. I don't know. And I think there's so much that this team needs to improve on, but it's deeper rooted. And look, we can say, yeah, look, even if we bought Amrabat and we brought in another striker, right? Do we back this club to turn things around long term? Is that going to get us closer to Man City? I don't think so. I really don't. And I think it's because the issues are deeper rooted than the team who steps out onto the pitch on a Saturday. If it was only the team that was the issue, that could be resolved. But it goes beyond all that. It's the running and the direction of this football club. It's absolutely disgraceful. It really is. And we can't sell players because we pay them stupid wages. Nobody will ever pay Harry Maguire 200,000 a week. No one will ever pay Anthony Martial 150,000 a week. So we're stuck with these players who we cannot move. It's such an issue. Big T says winning against Forest changes everything. If we win an outstanding performance, we will make more optimistic going forward. Yeah, look, it might be a mood changer. I guess, I get that, but I don't think it changes anything in terms of how this football club's going and the direction of the club. What else? Lucky says want another midfield. Yeah, we want more midfielders. Jeremy says too early to be negative, but it's clear warning signs that we might not finish top four. We will have kept Sabitzer a lot more technical. Yeah, look, he's not a bad player, but I just don't think he was the right guy for United. Rajat says Ten Hag will still find ways to get top four. Look, if anyone can do it, it's Ten Hag, but he's doing it in spite of what's going around him, not because of it. It's not that he's got this amazing support network or that he's got this brilliant scouting system or fantastic directors or directors of football who can look beyond and plan things out long term. We haven't got that. A lot of things are being done off the cuff at this club, and it's like we might not be sinking as a ship, but we are rudderless. There is a lack of direction at this club, and that doesn't change until ownership comes in, kicks out the board, kicks out their friends, and makes things happen. Rajat says you could argue top four is a step below. It might be. What have we got? Big T says we're never going to get near Man City before the season started. 2 games played already makes no difference. Yeah, it's true, man. We're not getting close to City this season. As much as I want us to, we're not. But I think even if we look at clubs around us, maybe like Newcastle United are probably ahead of us now. Liverpool, if they buy another midfielder, are ahead of us. Chelsea, if their team starts to click, will be ahead of us. Arsenal are ahead of us. The teams around us, maybe not even Man City, but the teams who we should be able to keep up with and surpass this season, we might not be able to, and that's a concern for me as well. Rosat says need to play 4-2-2. Don't think we're going to do that, man, because I just don't think we got the deeper midfielders. Stephanie says we have to ride the storm. Hopefully it will break soon. The trouble is the storm has been going on for 18 years. It has. I'm surprised Tonali went to Newcastle at the beginning of the window. Thought United would have been interested in a player like that. We probably should have. We probably would have been in previous seasons, but there does seem to be a real lack of direction at this club, and it is concerning. It really is. Rajab would have liked to have seen a Tonali or a Barella type. Yeah, those type would be absolutely brilliant. Lucky wants to see a change in the system. It might come to that. It might come back to more pragmatic style of play, but we have to ask ourselves as well, guys. We sold Fred. What was the reason for that one? That's my issue there. What are we going to do? Why did we sell Fred if we're not going to bring in another midfielder to replace him in that system, in that role? I mean, I guess Mount fills the bodies, but he's not a Fred type. He's not going to do the running, not going to do the tackling and the defensive work of Fred. So that's my question as well. Jarl says Brighton and Villa are also ahead of us. Maybe Brentford are ahead of us as well. I think Brentford have had a good start to the season, but I will expect them to slowly drop in form. I think they will miss Ivan Toney. In my thoughts, 43 votes on the poll as well, guys. 70% saying, yeah, we're going to win tomorrow. 9% going for the draw. 21% going for the loss. Big ups as well. We're up to 20 likes. Rajat thinks we're going to get Amrabat. I don't know. I really, really doubt it. at this moment. So look, guys, want to get talking here into individual stories. So coming in, shredding news as well as the Daily Mirror, Manchester United are considering free agent left back Ryan Bertrand, guy who hasn't played football in 600 days. Not a good sign at all in that sense. And there's going to be more like that. Make no mistake about it. Bayinder should be signing for Manchester United very soon. Jeremy says 2K watch. Yeah, I think we're getting close, man. But we've only got like 40 people in here, so I wouldn't expect to get it tonight. Doesn't the stream doesn't seem to be being pushed out too much, so it's just the diehards in here. So big ups to everybody. Stephanie says, knowing these owners and the board, United will probably re-sign Fred. Anything's possible. If you see Ashley Young being tipped for a move, don't doubt it, guys. Would not be surprised at this point either. But yeah, guys, what's your thoughts for tomorrow's match? Let me know down below in the comments. Look, I think we're going to win. Might not be a good performance. It might not be pretty, but I still think we pick up the win, all things considered. Might not be what we call a brilliant Manchester United performance, but we got to take what we got to take. We're going to get what we get. Rosette wants Frimpong. Oh, man. I would love Jeremy Frimpong, and he was one of the first sort of scouting videos I did on the channel. I would have took him then. I would take him now, but man, it comes down to that midfield. I think midfield's the big one. We went into this season with 6 midfielders: Casemiro and Mount and Bruno, Eriksen, Kobe Minu, and with Bruno, Mount, Casemiro, Eriksen, Mount, and Kobe Mino. Yeah, so 6 plus McTominay. Now we're down to 4. We've only got Eriksen, McTominay, Bruno, and Casemiro. The numbers are falling, guys. They're dropping like flies in the midfield area, dropping like flies at the left back area. So a lot of things do need to happen. Stephanie's bringing back Arthur Albison and Jimmy McNichol as well. Maybe we'll get Big Norman back as well. That could be an interesting one. Jeremy's going for a 2-1 United. Good thing is, Rajab, man, Antonio Valencia doesn't play for anyone, so free agent signings, they're nothing. Maybe we get Roy Kim back in as well. Lucky wants to see some of Hannibal. I think this might be an opportunity for Hannibal. Out of Eriksen and Donny and Hannibal, I mean, I'm probably going to pick Hannibal. I think, yeah, I mean, look, we know it'll probably be Eriksen, but that's not exciting. We know exactly what we're going to get there. If we try to press with Eriksen in the team, it's just not going to work. It really will not. Big ups as well, guys. We're up to 21 likes. Thanks so much for that one. And as well, guys, let me know at any time in the stream if there's any sort of short videos you guys want to see me make for going away. Let me know, and I'll get recording them afterwards as well. Rosat says, play Isaac Hanton Aaron. Maybe Dan Gore gets a call up as well. He was quite good in pre-season, but I think he was playing for the 21s this week as well, so maybe not. Rajat says, he that kid, yeah, man, get him back in. What else have we got done as well? Want to get a look into the old agenda. Luke Shaw could be out for 2 months. It's not good there, according to Samuel Luckhurst. Marseille are pushing to sign Eric Bailly. We all know how this is going to end. He won't go because he's probably paid 120,000 a week at United and won't take a pay cut. That's probably how that's going to go and probably how that's going to end up. It's going to be interesting to see what happens at left back, according to some sources as well that I'm seeing online here. Manchester United trying to sign a left back on loan as well now. That's an interesting one. I mean, I would like to see Alvaro Fernandez. The guy deserves a chance. He's a good player. Had a good preseason. Who else have we got? Lucky says Eriksen, Casemiro, Hannibal. No chance. Bruno won't be on the bench as well. I would disagree with that as well, though. I think Luke Shaw is a good left back. He just seems to have good and bad times. When he's on it and when he's good, he genuinely is one of the best about, but not so far this season. He's been a man who's really, really struggled, in my opinion. 50 votes on the poll as well, guys. 20% still going for the loss, 10% for a draw, and 69% going for the Manchester United win. Look, I hope the majority are right. I think we'll win. I do. It might not be pretty. It might not be a nice match to watch. Thankfully, I will be on a plane, so I won't have to watch a really poor performance if it is that. But knowing my luck, we'll probably have performance of the season and score 9 goals. That's how it goes for me. Rajat says he's inconsistent. I think he is consistent, but he seems to start seasons really badly. Even last year when he was so good throughout the entire campaign. He did start really badly at the beginning, and he was dropped for Tyrell Malacia. He does seem to be a player who thrives off competition. He does seem to be a player who needs somebody breathing on his neck, coming for his shirt in order to really put in some good performances. We've seen it when Tellez first signed. We've seen it last year with Malacia. So maybe with Fernandez, if he starts knocking on the door, Malacia comes back, maybe that's going to make a difference. I don't know. Look, I might be being hopeful in that. I hope I'm wrong. I really do, because we need our players on the best form possible. And look, we all have favorite players. We all have players we don't want to come in, our players we don't want to see play as much. But I will always say this: if a player's playing well, that's good for Manchester United, and that's the most important thing here, is that if Antony starts playing well, that's good for us. Or if Sancho starts playing well, that's really good for us. If Harry Maguire starts playing out of his skin, that's good for United. So I want to see as much players picking up form as possible. At the moment, we look really burnt out. I don't know what we got to do. Get some Red Bull into these guys before they go out onto the pitch, maybe. Lucky is saying as well. Coaching staff, please tweak it up. Martial and Delo in tomorrow. I think we might see some Martial. I think nothing has been offered up front in the first 2 matches. Yeah, Rashad, you're right, man. End of the day, we do all support United. That's what it's got to be about. And we have to want the best for the team. And at the same time, I know we don't support the business. I know that we're not fans of Manchester United PLC, but I think what we need to back this team. That's what we need to do. And if it's going to be Mount playing fantastic football, or if it's going to be Casemiro on world-class form, or even if it's going to be Christian Eriksen pulling the strings and turning into prime Xavi or Iniesta, that's what it's got to be. If they start to play good and start to play really well and put in top performances week in, week out, it's good for Manchester United at the end of the day. And I think that's the biggest one. So I would agree with you on that one, man. I really would. What have we got? 70% saying a United win tomorrow. I like the confidence, guys. I really hope we're right as well. Any thoughts on tonight's match for Chelsea, by the way? Against Luton Town. Could be an interesting one. Could be a big surprise in that match. Would be amazing if it was true, but something just tells me Chelsea will win that one, in my opinion. So we have some interesting quotes coming in from Victor Lindelof as well in the last couple of minutes, talking about Rasmus Højlund. So ever since he signs, he hasn't been able to train with us yet, so it doesn't look like Højlund's going to be in tomorrow's squad at all. He might be in contention for the Arsenal match. That's what Ten Hag said earlier today. But hopefully he can score some goals and help us win games. I'm looking forward to working with him, and hopefully he will be back training with the team soon. Lucky says Martial and Delo will be needed. I mean, Delo scored a brilliant goal last time against Nottingham Forest. Maybe he can do something similar. I hope so. And he did score that goal at left back. So, I mean, maybe Delo will have a good match. I think he's another one who needs to up his level. So I think after the World Cup, he really has struggled. And yeah, that was an okay excuse, maybe throughout January and February. But we're coming into September. It's a massive problem with him as well. Razat saying 2-2 draw. Jeremy says, I'm excited to see Luton play. Yeah, I mean, Luton, they'll make a scrap of it. Make no doubt about it. I hope Alvaro Fernandez will get to play. I hope so too. I like Alvaro Fernandez. I really do. Interesting one as well. Kevin De Bruyne picks Bruno Fernandes as the best midfielder and says that he is a creative machine and he loves the risk taking in his game. Someone who will always make something happen. So, I mean, look, if he's backing us, I'm going to say that Bruno's probably better than most people think. Stephanie says, could I do a short video on the all-time best five-a-side possible for each country? i.e. Northern Ireland, Wales, Scotland, England, France. Yeah, I could do that there one, absolutely. I'll get it done. Like, I'm gonna record some stuff after this, so I'll get something in there. Maybe I'll do an all-time United five-a-side. Maybe that could be something fun. Fabrizio Romano in the last couple of minutes has give us the same update he has for the last 2 months on Sofyan Amrabat, and that is Sofyan Amrabat has agreed terms with United but is still waiting for them to bid. He is still seen as priority within the club. I mean, I don't know what's happened to the priority list. Maybe it's ended up in the back of a sofa or it's been shredded or something, because I don't see much of a pressure there. Lucky says 88% will be ready for Arsenal. Is that for Hoyland? Maybe. I mean, I really hope so. I would like to see some Hoyland in the team. Think he needs to start getting into training and needs to start getting in with his teammates. It's going to be good for him. It's going to be good for United. 23 likes as well, so big ups, guys, on that one. Can we get up to 30? There's 45 people in here, so drop a like, guys. Would be only takes a second. Would be very, very much appreciated. If you guys are new, please consider hitting that sub button. I don't think we're going to get to 2K by the end of the stream, but I think we needed like 25 subs, so if you guys haven't subbed, please consider hitting that sub button as well. Would be so appreciated. As well, let me just double check one thing as well. What have we got? Rajat says he's the focal point. Yeah, I think it will change how we set up. I think having that focal point to play off up front will be really important. It'll help things stick high up the pitch, and I think that's going to be really useful for United as a team moving forward next year. I think that's something we desperately need to see throughout the rest of that season, because we're struggling to hold the ball. And if we can't hold it in midfield, maybe Hoyland can hold it up front. And maybe that can help get Bruno up the pitch, make some runs off him. I think that's going to be important. Good thing about Hoyland is he's maybe not an aerial specialist, which means he's not going to be too dependent on crossing situations. Hopefully he can get some counter-attacking goals, but I really don't think it's outside the realms of possibility that we go back to a more transitional style of play like we did last season. Focus on defending, try to hit them on the break. That might be what Erik ten Hag has to do. If things don't improve and we don't bring in the players, that might be what we're going to have to do. It seriously might. And we don't want to go back to having McTominay in midfield. We want to try play expansive football, good football, and break teams down, score a lot of goals. But it might not always be possible. What have we got? Rajat says, okay, tell your grandpa, uncle, ancestors about it. Dean Henderson not looking to go to Sheffield United. Yeah, there was something on that, Lucky, that came out yesterday. So it's kind of between Sheffield United and not Nottingham Forest, Crystal Palace. I mean, ideally we would have sold him, but I mean, I don't blame Forest. Forest wanted the player. They were bidding for the player, and United said, hold on, let us buy Onana first. And Forest said, we don't have to wait for you. And they went and bought Matt Turner. So they got sorted out. Hoyland's profile is similar to Haaland. I mean, in some ways, yeah, but I mean, he is his own player. There's a lot of things Hoyland does that Haaland doesn't. He isn't the ruthless goal scorer, maybe that Haaland is either. But yeah, I mean, I certainly think that Hoyland's a really, really top player as well. I did see something as well. It's an interesting one. It was like a comparison with Hoyland and somebody else. Let me just see if I can load that up. Let me just see if I can load that up, because there was an interesting comparison. It's I mean, I know that the Haaland thing's very obvious names, and Norwegian, Danish, blonde, young, expensive. One's playing for City, one's playing for United, and you know, it's an easy comparison to make. I think it might have been a comparison perhaps to somebody like not quite an Aguero type player, but something kind of like that. There is technical attributes in his game as well. Really, really top player, Hoyland. I think he's going to be something special. Lucky says one or two players leaving gets off in Amrabat. We need to get him now, Lucky man. I don't care if we're I think we're at that point now where we have to say, if we have to take on debt to save the window, then that's what we got to do. If we have to pull out the credit card, let's just get it done and be done with it. Hopefully a new ownership can pick it up. That's what we're going to have to do. I don't think there's any way possible for United to make the sales to buy the players. Rajat says, what is Leonardo like? Yeah, look, Leonardo's a good player. There was links from Gazzetta in Italy that they were trying to jump ahead of Roma's bid and might outbid them. That's a possibility that might happen. I don't know. I don't know where United would get 25 million to bid with at this moment in time. I think Leonardo is a very, very good player as well. He does have good attributes, absolutely, man. Stephanie says Northern Ireland would be Greg, Nicol, McElroy, Whiteside, and Best. Yeah, probably. I think that's a good one there, Stephanie. Um, you could maybe argue, I think. No, see, I think you're pretty spot on. Maybe Pat Jennings could go in there, I guess. But yeah, I think that's a pretty good one. Rajat says he's got good attributes. Yeah, he does. What little I've seen of Marcus Leonardo, I do like him. Stephanie says midfield will be steamrolled by most teams if no reinforcements. Absolutely, it will. You know, it comes down to this: if we put McTominay in, we probably get the physicality, we probably get the aggression and the tackling and the leg work and stuff. But then we sacrifice actually having good midfielders. You know, we're putting someone in based on his size and strength and that he can run all day. You know, that's not what we want either. We should be at a point where we can have physical players who can do a lot of work and still be good on the ball. That's what Stefan amrabat is. That's maybe what a Gravenberch would be with the ball carrying stuff. Maybe not so much defensively, but so much needs to improve in this team. Such little time to do it. I don't know if we really can back us to do it. Rajat says, yeah, especially top 6 teams like City and Pool. Yeah, absolutely, man. A lot of work does need done. It really does. And I would be concerned. Like, I can't lie. Like, I don't want to be negative. I really don't. But it's kind of hard to feel infused by Manchester United at the moment. Let's see. Lucky is saying Stephanie Griff. I hope Hannibal, Ericsson, and Casemiro and Bruno plays. I don't know. I think we will have the wide players, the one forward. It'll be a 4-2-3-1, probably. Ericsson, Bruno, Casemiro, kind of like what it was last year. Grim says Forest will be up for this. Absolutely, they will. They will look at us and say, yeah, well, this team can be got at. We can run through them. We can outwork them. We can out-strength them. And maybe they will get their just rewards. Maybe they will go out and beat us tomorrow. Anything is possible. 23% of you guys say, yeah, we're going to lose tomorrow. That's a quarter of you guys losing against Nottingham Forest, who only barely stayed up. So that's got to be a concern. Rajat, you're right, man. Both of those midfielders are needed. Gravenberch for the ball carrying, for the strength, for the physicality, and some creativity going forward. Amrabat defensively, in terms of possession work as well, really, really solid. So I think both we desperately do need. And whether we get them or not, I don't know. Like, I really can't say at this point, do we buy anybody? Or, look, realistically, guys, the window might be Ryan Bertrand, Altay, Bayinder, and signing Donny Evans on a permanent deal. That might be it. And that's embarrassing. It really is. Rajat says Ireland 5-a-side teams, House of Keno. Absolutely, man. That could be for the Republic. So Republic's probably Robbie Keane, Roy Keane, Shea Given, maybe. Damien Duff probably has to be in there. Probably needs some defenders as well at some point. Got to put Paul McGrath in there. Dennis Irwin. So there's a lot of people we could put in the Republic one as well. But yeah, look, that goes for the Northern Ireland one as well. So there is 2 different Irelands. Very complicated situation. Would not want to try explain it as well, because probably someone somewhere will be annoyed by the explanation I will give. What do we got? 58 votes on the poll, 66% saying, yeah, United going to win, 12% going for the draw, 22% going for the loss. We're up to 24 likes as well, guys. Can we get up to 30? Just need 6 more, guys. It only takes 1 second. Smash that like button. Would be so appreciated. As well. So let me have a check and see what is going on with Manchester United. Maybe they've signed 5 players in the time we've been live. Something tells me that might not be happening. That might not be realistic. Let me see. What have we got going on down here? Doesn't look to be a lot, guys. Really doesn't. Chelsea and Luton have kicked off, but I mean that's really about it. Not too much going on with Manchester United. I mean, is that what we want to see? Mohamed Kudus has gone to West Ham. That's happened. Stephanie says, was thinking United players for all countries. Stephanie, I don't know. Like, I don't think I could name every country, but yeah, I mean, we could definitely do something like that. I'll get some of them done as well. Don't worry. Will the Fletcher twins play? They might have to. We might be calling up the academy at this rate of going. Andrew, big ups, man. Thanks for joining in with us. And we got 60 votes on the poll as well now. So big thank you for all that there one as well, guys. Massive support on the channel, like especially over the last couple of months. So good. Stephanie says, I just realized I predicted a win. Can I change your vote? Nope, votes are cast. That's it, Stephanie. So if you're predicting a win, then your prediction's got to be right. Let's hope so. What have we got? Caicedo apparently fell in the Chelsea match. 0-0 after 10 minutes. Luton had a decent opportunity there as well. Andrew says the Bertrand story is all kind of nonsense. Ten Hag press conference, he's got the situation under control. I mean, I hope so. I really hope so, Andrew. I hope you're right. But something tells me anything can happen with Manchester United. So Fresh says, why wouldn't they sell the women's keeper yesterday if the money's so short in the budget? I don't know, man. I mean, we might be calling Mary Earps and the likes up into the first team. Like we might have to do that. Let's see. Rajat says new prediction is chat only. How is Ericsson gonna backtrack? He's not, man. It's just not gonna happen. Liman, good to see you, man. Big ups to you as well. Thanks for joining in. 26 likes. Thank you, guys. But yeah, look, United's what I would call a mess right now. There's a way out of it, and that's gonna be spending, and it's gonna be buying the right players. I hope that we have a big list of players who we've looked at all summer, and we can just work off that, because if we're going to try scout players at this point, what are we doing? Hannibal it would be a good shout, says Stephanie. Yeah, look, I wouldn't mind some Hannibal. I really wouldn't. At least he put some there. You would get the bite with Hannibal. He'd stick a foot in, might get a yellow or might get a red, but it's at least something. And look, Hannibal's a good player as well. I like Hannibal. I wouldn't mind seeing him play tomorrow. I don't think we could do worse. I think in terms of backtracking and pressing and stuff, he'll be a lot better than Ericsson, better than Donny. Andrew says, no guys, don't stress, don't panic, back the manager. We back the manager, man. Absolutely, we back the manager. We don't back the club. Stephanie says we need wide Earp as well. I don't know, guys. Maybe we do just end up calling 21s up and hoping for the best. Look, this team obviously needs big work, and there's real issues in terms of burnout, and there's issues in terms of the actual technicalities of the team, the tactics and stuff. I think look, we can work on the tactics. Ten Hag can get that right, but we can't just stick Mount and Bruno in and expect it just to work like that as well. We can't expect the players to suddenly get fit either. So I don't know what's going to happen. I think there's going to be a lot of injuries across the season for all teams, but United especially. Andrew says Ericsson's got to get a new pacemaker so he can backtrack. Rajat says could give Mary Earps to play. I mean, we might have to. We might have to get some of those players in. Maybe we get Toon in as well. But there's work to do at Manchester United, guys. Do we back them to do it? I don't know. Like, I seriously don't know if we can back this club to get it right. I back the manager. I have no confidence in John Murda and Richard Arnold and those guys to get it right. I really don't. McTominay can still play 20 minutes, maybe 30. He's probably going to have to. Lucky says we will have tweaks. We definitely will. We have to. There will be at least one change, and that's Luke Shaw, but we need more. Mount's going to be out of the team as well. So I don't know, guys. Probably Delo left back would be my prediction there. Maybe McTominay or Ericsson comes in. Maybe that's what we go for. Maybe Martial comes in. I don't think there's been much out of Garnacho and Anthony in the first 2 matches. I wouldn't mind dropping either of those. How would I rate Ten Hag's stubbornness out of 10? Look, I mean, he is stubborn at times, but I mean, he is also very pragmatic when needs to. He completely abandoned his style of play after 2 matches last year to play pragmatic football that managed to get us a trophy and go on to finish 3rd place in the league. So he's not above doing that. He will do it if necessary. I'm sure he doesn't want to, but there's a lot of work needs done on this team. A lot of work. And I think most importantly, guys, what we need also is a squad. We don't have a squad. City have two good players in every position. United just don't. St. Don Bosco's down there. God, I hope we stay up. Yeah, man, I would like to hope we stay up. Rashad as well. United board are learning on the job that no top club is going to have. Absolutely. Ironic Martial is now fit, and everyone else seems to be dropping like flies with injuries. I mean, yeah, look, I seen one person say it was an entire plot by Arsenal. They give us their doctor, and he joined the team in July, and now we've got all these injuries. Um, Kind of regretting that FA Cup final. I don't think it's an individual match as well. I think it's such a tiny squad going through so many matches. I mean, City played the same amount of matches, probably, bar maybe one or two, but they don't have the injuries we do. So I think it comes down to the lack of players we have. And look, if you take two players out of City's team, it's not going to break the team. But if you take Casemiro and Bruno out of the team, United's dead in the water. You take Martinez out, we're dead in the water. So we don't have that luxury, and we need a squad. It's as simple as that. Andrew says, let's see, we're going to have a bad start to the season, accept it, wait for the break, and take it from there. But we are in a bad place. No two ways about that. Completely agree, Andrew. From absolutely, it will get better. There's a lot of gears to go through. This team can improve. We can't compare to City, no ways. We're so far away. Absolutely. Look, it's the same with Arsenal. It's getting the same way with other teams as well. We don't have the squad needed to sustain these presses across an entire season. And because of that, because of how much we played last year, the players are still burned out. Most of them went to internationals in June, so they got about a week off, 2 weeks off tops. Who scores for us tomorrow? I'm going to say Bruno Fernandes. I think he's got a lot of opportunities in the first two matches. Sooner or later, he has to find the back of the net, law of averages and all that. So I'll go for Bruno. He also picked maybe Rashford. Yeah, I'll go for Rashford. I'll go for Rashford and Bruno. I think they need a bigger match tomorrow. They really need to put a shift in the pair of them, make things happen, and get some goals scored, because we're still so dependent on those two players for goals and creativity that if they don't do it, I don't think anybody else will. So that's what I'm going to go for. But let me know your thoughts down below, guys. 65 votes in the poll now. 63% saying United win, 14% going for the draw, and 23 going for the loss. Big ups, guys. Can we get to 30 likes? We're up to 29, getting close. We had Martial not injured, Anthony as well. Could have been a different story. It might have been. It might have been. Stephanie says Ten Hag has to rotate this season. Even Bruno, he does. Absolutely. I think he's got no choice but to rotate, whether he wants to or not. And we're going to have to take the gamble that we're not going to lose matches without having the best players in the team, because that's clearly where a lot of the issues come from. Lucky says Martial and Hannibal will start. Maybe they do. I'm not 100% sure on that one, man. I think Martial probably does. Hannibal, I hope he does. Rajat says, hope Bruno, Casemiro and Anthony get goals. Yeah, I think they all need goals. Absolutely. Just hand this team to me during the break and give them military training. I don't know, man. Like they might need 2 weeks in bed. Maybe that's going to be the answer to getting what we need out of this team. Any more thoughts, guys? Make sure you get them in down below and let me know what you guys are thinking. Let me have a double check. Want to see if anything's happening for Manchester United. Probably not. Really doubt that we're doing too much. We're kind of just crawling towards the end of the window at this rate of going. Let me double check. Can see some comments coming in as well. We need more subscribers here. Can't just rely on Stephanie, Lucky Sings, Rajat and Andrews. Can't rely on the Casemiro's. Yeah, man, true, to be fair. Raheem Sterling has scored for Chelsea in that match. Yeah, look, we're trying to get some subs in here as well. Look, we're near 2K, man. There's a lot of people who do watch who sometimes just don't comment. I mean, that's perfectly fine, because I have the thing as well. I think it said there was about last month 10,000 people came back and watched at least 2 videos. So I mean, look, the guys are here. Big ups to 30 likes as well. Martial is good chemistry with Rashford. He does. Yeah, Bruno. Yeah, look, we've got 26 subs to go if we want to hit 2K. So we're getting close, man. Don't worry. Someday we're going to be on like 5 million. And I will have you guys, of course, running mods and stuff on that as well. So don't you guys worry. We'll be looking out for you guys. Any more thoughts? Make sure to get them in down below. Gonna do a couple more minutes here as well, just before we wrap up. Can't Rashford be the main goal scorer? Probably not. Think he needs help. Andrew says my beer is getting warm. Man, get it into. Get that beer and get it drunk, man. Absolutely, and then get another one. That's what you gotta do. But yeah, guys, really not too much on Manchester United, and I feel like we've been saying this for weeks. The lack of movement when we need it, it's genuinely concerning. It really is. Still on the poll as well, 63% saying yeah, United gonna win, 14% going for a draw, and 23% going for the loss as well. So almost a quarter of you guys are feeling we're gonna lose tomorrow. I mean, I hope you guys are wrong. We need this win. We really do. Yeah, Chelsea are winning, man, as well. Don't worry where your United bro, says Jason. Yeah, man, absolutely. I'm still gonna support this club. Always gonna back United, and hopefully they prove me right. Hopefully some of the optimism I do have can be proved right across the season. Maybe not a good start, but last year it got better after the first couple of matches. Maybe we're gonna have something similar this year. Maybe, just maybe. As well. Okay, guys, with that in mind, I am gonna sign off. So thanks so much for all the support over the last 2 months or so. Really appreciate all the new faces and everybody joining in. I am going on holiday tomorrow, guys, so a couple of videos being recorded as well. What match am I looking forward to this weekend other than the United game? I think is Newcastle Liverpool probably be a good one, live man. But yeah. So guys, gonna sign off here. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure to keep an eye out for the short videos and stuff dropping over the next couple of weeks. Gonna be doing some reaction stuff as well in the shorts. Probably do like man of the match and match ratings and stuff on those as well. So thanks so much for watching, guys. Have a good one, and hopefully you guys have a good weekend. Hopefully United get the win. Big ups. Thanks so much, guys, and we'll be seeing you guys very soon. Thanks so much for watching.